Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Taking a quick look here at Celestia, trying to get caught up with some of these requests here that I have in my community. Greatly appreciate the request, of course. As per usual, this is a request from Kettle010. So thank you so much for that. Let's go ahead and see kind of what's going on. When we last looked at this too, there was a heavy amount of liquidation to the upside here. That still exists. We cannot overlook that. And we're going to look at some other liquidation levels too, but we are coming closer to this 0.618. 0.65, that golden pocket, and we may actually see a bounce here soon, and this is somewhat of a fractal type of pattern as well. So we'll discuss that and much more. So if you're new to the channel, I just want to say thanks so much for watching. I truly hope you can learn something today. If you do want to become a better trader, CryptoCache.tech is a site, link down below. Go ahead and check that out. We got some new options there for memberships, but more importantly, to anyone who's taking my trades and effectively following my signals, congrats on some really nice profits here recently. Near protocol, Ethereum's 33%. What is it? SUI we just secured somewhere in the range of 51%, and prior to that, of course, we took a Bitcoin short in 1 week, 46%. The key takeaway here is following my signals guide is important. Make sure you read through that before you take in my trades, because not everyone has the same risk tolerance. I want you to work within your means, not mine, if that makes any sense, right? The important thing when trading, especially following other people, is to use your own risk tolerance, okay? So let's look at liquidation levels and kind of just double check here. So again, starting with the macro, we'll start with the bigger picture. The last 30 days, we can see 6.5 upwards to $7, massive amounts of liquidation, maybe 2 to 3 billion up there. I'm paraphrasing, summarizing, but that's roughly what we're looking at, and that is this on the chart here, this heavy liquidation level up here. Okay, so that's from before. It's existed for a while. We can also see a lot of liquidation on the downside too, somewhere in the range of $250 million, somewhere about maybe 200 to 300 million in liquidation at $4.72. So that seems like a much more likely area to get swept, but also got to recognize too, folks, we're coming into that that support range, right? That 0.618, 0.65, that Fibonacci retracement golden pocket area, and is really common for prices to kind of bounce off that level, which does explain why we have a lot of liquidation there with some high leverage longs right around the corner. If we look here, between 4 and 450, there is a good chunk of change, okay? So with us being closer to that, we might want to presume the price is going to go lower before it pulls back, okay? So that's kind of what we're looking at there for the overall. Let's quickly zoom in here, kind of see what's going on in the daily, and work our way down. Okay, so as of right now, we can see we're obviously establishing lower highs, lower lows. We've been on the downside for about 6 days straight. We're below, let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit here so we can see the local range. We are tentatively below the current point of control, which is at 517, but a macro point of control about 650. That's exactly why we have a lot of liquidation above that, because there's a lot of support there, or resistance. People feel comfortable taking a shorts at that range. We can see here as well, when we look at RSI, we're under 50, stochastic pulling back. Money flow index is increasing, but that's only because this last big candle fell off. And we can also see MACD diverging too. So these are all signs that the price will likely continue lower. Again, a lot of this hinges on the fact that I feel Bitcoin is going to pull back as well, and that has a lot to do with it. So keep in mind, Bitcoin is due to correct itself maybe a little bit further. While that's not a guarantee, never is, there's a lot of reasons why that's still existing. Okay. Same thing here with Celestia too. Even though we're in this nice little support range, doesn't mean it's going to hold. We look here at RSI, we're getting closer to 30. It is common for price action to bounce off this level. Okay, so we are getting closer to a support, effectively double bottoming on RSI when the price is still pulling back. That can generally provide somewhat of a support and a shift in momentum. The reason why is because the mindset is that this is a good value for a lot of people, so they're going to buy the dip. We can also see MACD is diverging here. Not a lot of good stuff going there. And we can see that we're below all moving averages. And just to clarify, in the daily too, we are still below every one of them too. So until we get back up over the 20-day SMA, my personal opinion, anything over $5, there's no reason to consider a long position just yet. It's just kind of like a hope and a prayer if you're taking a long right now. There's not a lot of reason for it. Now I get it. Again, golden pocket can be pretty substantial in a lot of cases, and we may even see the price recover, but it would only be based on Bitcoin maybe responding well, which so far today, Bitcoin is not responding well. It's kind of stuck in the 58.5 range. Nothing abnormal there. We expected resistance at 60K. Same thing here as well. If we look at the price action, there's every reason to not take a long position here. These are all short considerations to let us know that shorting this coin, you're going to find more luck than you will taking a long. Okay, so statistically more probable to find success going down than up. Now, how far down do you want to go? Generally speaking, we could see it go pretty far, honestly. If we look at these levels here, we have liquidation all the way down as low as $4. So I would say $4 would be a solid consideration for a long. It's a hypothetical. But again, we have previous support levels at about 415. My money's gonna be on this 4 to 415 range being a good consideration for a long. Again, there's a lot of things that need to happen between now and then. I'm not saying it's going to go that low, but if it does, that would be probably one of the better places to consider. It would essentially be a macro point, double bottom, and a lot of reasons why we'd see that return based on all this liquidation getting swept. The likelihood that's pretty low. I think Bitcoin would need to revisit the mid to low 50s to see that happen, which is still a possibility. Okay. Again, it's a possibility, not necessarily a probability. So what we'll do is I'll go ahead and update our playout chart here on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. We can see this Elliott wave has been invalidated. All the more reason why you do not put all your eggs in one basket. Never trust anybody that strictly uses Elliott wave as just the only way of trading. Okay. There's so much more to trading than just that. You're doing yourself a disservice if you only look at that one thing. I'm mentioning that just because a lot of people unfortunately get destroyed by that. But the whole point of me mentioning this is that I have playout charts I post on my Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. It's all here for you. If you're curious, feel free to join if you'd like. I thank you so much again for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, and we'll look forward to seeing the next one. Take care.